What's up everyone? Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Max. This is Max Sick Inc. Reacts, and today I'm checking out Loneliness is a State of Mind by Joe. Just so you know, throughout this reaction, I call the title of the song Loneliness is a State of Mind. I misread it. Yeah. Alright, so I have wanted to react to another Joe song badly, but I have been listening to the couple songs I've heard from him nonstop. Like, it's been him, Bleachers, and a few like random tracks on repeat. And I haven't worn those tracks out yet, so I've just been listening to them on loop. But I do want to get into some new tracks from him because I have like almost his entire discography to go through still, and I'm excited to continue reacting to it. When it comes to this track, I really don't know what to expect. I feel like every Joe song I've heard has been a little bit different, so I'm excited to see what this leans into, if it's going to be a little bit more upbeat, if it's going to be one of the slower ones, more atmospheric, more, I don't know, basic being basic sounding, whatever that is considered. But regardless, I'm pumped. Before I get into the reaction, if you want to support me and this channel, I do now have a Patreon with 2 tiers that both include a monthly reaction request. So if there's a song by Joe or another artist that you'd like to see me react to and make sure the reaction goes through, that is the best way to do it. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, comment down below what you thought of the song, and without further ado, let's get into Loneliness is a State of Mind. Okay, liking the synthly line so far. I'm also curious to see how this is as an album opener.
Is it all the same that I'm not giving up? Tale as old as time. You're not quick enough.
It's the most stripped down I've heard of stuff.
I've seen this movie before. I think I've heard this song. Your future's right at the door. Couldn't get it wrong. And now I drive a truck, and it drives pretty well.
I feel like it's got to pick up at some point, but I'm really liking this.
I live somewhere else.
Okay, before we continue on more with the track, I like the lyrics a lot so far. The melody's great, the guitar as well, and I like hearing it stripped back a little bit more. Again, I do think it is going to pick up at some point given the length of the track, but it is cool to hear Joe's voice just with an acoustic guitar, because that's something with the songs I've heard I have not heard before. And yeah, I'm liking it a lot.
I've had this dinner before. I know I've heard that song. My future.
Yeah, loving that melody.
I think I thought it wrong.
Oh, we got some drums.
It's one-on-one.
There's that addictive bounciness, but yep, back it up a tiny bit to get that transition. There's just something about the bouncier sounding Joe songs that it's just a vibe. I love it so much.
It's one-on-one.
Did I get the song title wrong? Lonesome is a State of Mind. I think I said Loneliness. Oops. I love the transitions he does too. That's something I noticed specifically in Basic Being Basic and Delicia, is the transitions are very creative. Like there's a lot of like weird fades of like synth patches or vocals that are maybe like reversed and some cool effect is put on them. Like I just love how creative his music sounds.
It's good enough for me. Time it takes an itch, it grinds it clean, turns a scar to a scene. I've shot this picture before. Tell me what's that song? It's killing me.
Relatable.
Just up in the air. Guess I'll play along. It's 1-on-1, 2 for life.
Ooh, gang vocals.
You're on my side. Lonesome is a state of mind. Yeah, the future's over. Don't drag me anymore. I'm done. 2 for life. Thought that you were on my side. Lonesome is a state of mind. No, you're not lonely when you're hanging with yourself. I was woman to a snap.
Yeah, I'm loving this track. I think Joe is going to become one of my favorite artists by the time I am done listening to all of his music, because he's already climbing up the ladder fast. And yeah, I love how relatably not relatable the lyrics are sometimes. Like they're very specific and you know like what he's talking about, but then there's other ones that are very, I think, more specific to him, and it just makes for a cool set of lyrics as a whole. And again, the instrumentation, I love the section there where the gang vocals came in but everything else dropped out. That was really cool. And we got a minute left, so let's see what happens. Love the drum switch. Into basic being basic. All right, so that was Lonesome is a State of Mind by Joe, and that track was great. If you can't tell by the smile on my face, there's just something about Joe's music. It's just so cool sounding, whether it is something that is like this and a little bit more like poppy experimental, or if it is something a little bit more atmospheric or like 80s influenced. Yeah, it's a vibe and I can't get enough of it. I also really liked the structure of that song, how it kind of jumped around, not necessarily by section, but in terms of like different mixing that was used on the drums. I think there were like 4 different mixes in there. The different vocal effects, the way things were dropped out or added, like especially at the end. The layers of vocals, sometimes there was just the one in the center, other times there were gang vocals. Like there was a lot of things happening throughout, and it wasn't always something that was just like section by section. So like all the verses weren't the same, all the choruses weren't the same. It really was like everything kind of had its own little sound, which I think is awesome. But yeah, I love that track and I can't wait to check out more by Joe. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. If you enjoyed the reaction, share it with a Joe fan that you think might like it. Comment down below what you thought of the song, and I'll see you in the next one.